What's going on, everyone? Dom from the Game Looters here, bringing you another Legends Arceus video. In this video, my friends, we are talking about how to train up your Pokemon. So in normal Pokemon games or in classic Pokemon games, there is EV and IV training. Well, in Pokemon Legends Arceus, they have simplified the system and, in my personal opinion, made it a ton better. So in Pokemon Legends Arceus, long gone are the days that you have to IV train and EV train. What is your hidden values, etc., etc. It's always been a little complicated when you're trying to make a viable Pokemon, whether competitively or you're just trying to do it for fun and just trying to have the best of the best Pokemon like no one has ever done before. So in this game, we're going to go over what the new things are, and those are effort levels. So let's go ahead and transition into Pokemon Legends Arceus, and we'll go over what the effort levels are and kind of how to train up your Pokemon. So now that we're in here in Pokemon Legends Arceus, the first thing I want to take a look at, guys, is how you will be determining what your effort levels of your Pokemon are. So the first thing that we want to do is let's go ahead and let's actually look at our Pokemon. So here's my lineup of Pokemon that I currently have in my party. So right now, if we want to see what Typhlosion's effort levels are, we're going to simply come over to the graph that we are all pretty familiar with. His special attack, his attack, and his, based on his nature, what that causes him. So based on his naughty nature, that means that he has up attack and down special defense. Now, does that mean special defense is a lost cause? Absolutely not. We can effort train that up. But right now, we currently see that with my Typhlosion, he has an effort level of 3 in HP and an effort level of 3 in defense. But if we come and look at some of our other Pokemon, right now we see that my shiny Rapidash is pretty much not great on the board, only an effort level of 2 on attack. But if I look at my shiny Beautifly here that I've been working on a little bit here and there when I get some items, and I'll show you guys what those items are, we see that Beautifly, she has an effort level of 1 in HP, an effort level of 1 in attack, 3 in special defense, 2 in defense, 1 in speed. It's pretty spread out. So ideally, I would like to get my Beautifly to have max effort levels in attack, because that's where she's currently at, and potentially in defense as well, or maybe I want to put that in speed. Really, with Beautifly, I'm really thinking attack and speed will probably be the two that I will kind of focus on and kind of have a nice, decent spread. Long are the days to where I kind of have to worry about best, worst, kind of things like that. I can kind of make these Pokemon how I want them to be. As it currently stands in Arceus, there's not really a competitive scene. We'll see what happens down the road. But for the moment, these are just kind of leveling that you want to do for in-game. So again, if we kind of look at, let's say, my Walrein here, we see Walrein again has a pretty good spread, where on speed he has an effort level of 3, special attack 3, attack 2. So how do you effort level train in Pokemon Legends Arceus? So as you come and you defeat Alpha Pokemon, then in Alpha Pokemon are going to drop a few different items depending where you are in the game. So these Alpha Pokemon are going to drop Grit, and there's a bunch of different variations of Grit. There's Grit Pebbles, Grit Dust. So the first one is Grit Dust. So if you look at the example or the definition of Grit Dust, it says a mysterious dust that can raise the effort level for one Pokemon stats. It can be used to raise effort levels only up to level 3. So if I want to say, let's say I have 18, so if I want to go ahead and say, okay, we talked about Beautifly, I want Beautifly to be fast. So right now, on speed, they have an effort level of 1. Let's say I want to have this one be now an effort level of 2. So now it is an effort level of 2. So if I use it again, it's going to be now an effort level of 3. And as we see, based on the nature, based on the Pokemon, the max I can do for this one is effort level of 3. So if I go down and I say, okay, now I want to train my Typhlosion, right? I can see that my effort level max is 3 on a Typhlosion, and, depending on the Pokemon, they can go to a different effort level. So let's say I want to say, okay, I want my Typhlosion special attack to go up. So I want Typhlosion special attack to be as much as he can. So right now, based on the level of the Pokemon, the most effort level I can have is 3 on this one, okay? So now we see we have Grit Gravel. So if we look at the definition of Grit Gravel, and again, these things are, the way you get them is by facing alpha Pokemon. So in the overworld, you'll see Pokemon with red eyes. You can get these by facing alpha Pokemon. I have also seen these as random drops in the, in these certain areas where you are facing down the distortions. If you come across distortions, there's a chance that you might get some grit pebbles or some grit gravel. So the grit gravel, this one's described as mysterious gravel that can raise effort level for one of the Pokemon stats. It can be used if the level is at least level 3, but no greater than 5. So if we come in here, right, and we see that now the max level is 3 on these ones. So, okay, we can go to 5 or we can go to 8 and we can raise them to max level. So that's what Grit Gravel is going to do. So we're working on Beautifly earlier, right? So now the max level for Beautifly is at 3 already. So I'm at the entry level for this. So again, if I want to focus on that, now it's level 4, so I can raise this up to level 5. Okay, so now you might ask, okay, well, what if you're at level 5? So then that's where you're going to use the Grit Pebble. Now, the Grit Pebble is a mysterious pebble that can raise the effort level for one of the Pokemon stats. It can be used if the effort level is at least 6, but no greater than 8. So I don't currently have any that have that effort level that are that high, but if I did, then that's where I would use the Grit Pebble. So these are going to be the different ways that you effort level train your Pokemon in Pokemon Legends Arceus. And again, like I said, it's so simplified here that I don't really have to stress too much. As far as when you get a Pokemon, you know, oh, I'm going to have to worry about my nature, my EVs, my IVs. Now, depending on what you're trying to accomplish, you know, the nature of a Pokemon still might matter. So if I was like, you know, you're going to get a mission at some point in the game to get a shiny Ponyta. And, you know, at this one was a rash level. So that means my special attack's up, special defense is down. So if I wanted something different, then you might want to try resetting. I didn't try it myself, but you might want to try reset for natures. Natures are still evident. But then you're able to kind of special train the Pokemon as you see fit. And the cool thing about alpha Pokemon in the wild is they do respawn. So if you say, okay, in the beginning of the game, you might find an alpha Parasect or an alpha Baneri or something very simple that you can take down. You can keep just like grinding those out. The only thing to know is that depending what area you're in, you might only get Grit Dust, you know, so you might need to go and take on a more challenging alpha Pokemon in a different area. That way you can get a Grit Pebble, you can get something else that you need, a Mysterious Dust. That way you can get the specific item that you need. So if you need Gravel, if you need Pebbles, that way you can go in and you can grind them out. So again, really simple. I like the way that they simplified, you know, special training your Pokemon in this game. I think it's a real game changer, and I think simplification is the best thing that you can have in a game, especially with people who are going to be brand new to Pokemon. And again, this game is for children as well, so you know, making it simpler to understand so children can also train up their Pokemon is really cool as well. All right, let me know what questions you guys have in the comments down below. I appreciate you guys being here for another Pokemon Legends Arceus video, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Make sure you guys like and subscribe before you leave. Peace.